Welcome to the Introduction to Microsoft 365 Publisher Page Design tab, Part 5 of 8 parts, presented by the Fruitland Park Library, narrated by Gloria. Table of Contents, Project, Brochure, Templates, Margarines, Orientation, Size, Layout Guides, Scheme Groups, Page Background Group. If anyone needs instructions on how to have two windows open at the same time, please see Microsoft 365 Publisher Video 1. When you first open Publisher, you can select a template. Template selected. The template selected can be changed by going to Page Design tab, Template Group, and clicking on Change Template. Change Template dialog box opens. Select another template. For more choices, click the Home tab. Page Setup Group. Click on Margins command and a drop-down menu with different margin selections opens. Clicking Custom Margins opens the Layout Guides dialog box. For a two-page spread, make sure the Master Pages box is checked. A two-page spread consists of pages where the layout is identical, but the pictures and text is different. Example, a book, a booklet, newsletter, etc. Not all publications are two-page spreads. Example, postcards and brochures because the sides are not meant to be viewed at the same time. Margin guides. Set the margins for the page. If the publication is a two-page spread, example a book layout, the left and right margins becomes the inside and outside margins. Inside margin is a margin that is bound. Enter the amount of margin space for the left, right, top, and bottom margins. If on a page the Ignore Master is selected, the boundaries and the guides, View tab, are active. The margin guides will appear. Grid lines sets the number of rows and columns on a page. Spacing is the amount of space between each column or row. Baseline guides aligns the baseline of text across all the columns on the page that has more than one column. Spacing is the space between the horizontal baselines. Offset is the space between the top margin and the first baseline. If you wish to indicate a center between the newly created columns or rows, click Add Center Guide between columns and rows. A pink guide will appear on the page. Center lines added to the columns. Select how you want to position the page. Size Command dialog box not only displays the actual size of the paper, 11.693 times 16,535 inches, but also displays the series name and the size number. Example, A3. Clicking on Page Setup opens the Page Setup dialog box. Clicking on Create New Page Size opens the Create New Page Size dialog box. Clicking on More Preset Page Size opens the Preset Page Size dialog box. Guides help you to lay out the page. Three types of guides: ruler guides, baseline guides, grid guides. You do not have to use guides, just click No Ruler Guides or select Built-in Ruler Guides. Clicking on Built-in Ruler Guides does not mean you're stuck with a certain design. Ruler guides can be moved. Click on a line. The cursor will turn into two parallel lines with arrows above and below the lines. Drag and drop the line to a new location. You can select Add a horizontal ruler guide or Add a vertical ruler guide. Each will add a single line to the page. To remove a ruler, click on the line, then drag and drop the line off the page and on to the scratch area. Built-in ruler guide. Same ruler guide, but some of the lines have been removed or others have been moved. Clicking Grid and Baseline Guides opens the Layout Guide dialog box, which was covered in Slide 9. Align text to Baseline Guide. Select the text you wish to align to a baseline. This may override the current paragraph line spacing. Home tab, under Paragraph Settings, click the small arrow in the lower right corner. Check the box next to Align Text to Baseline Guide. If the line spacing is wider than the baseline guide, a message will appear. Click Yes or No. Clicking Yes, the paragraph will be discarded. Click No, and then make the adjustments by using the height of the paragraph line spacing or adjust the height of the baseline guide. Clicking Delete will delete everything on the page. A message will pop up asking if you're sure you wish to delete. Clicking Rename, a dialog box opens allowing you to rename the page title. Schemes Group. Scheme color affects text, images, and shapes. You can change the color scheme with one click. Select the text or objects, then click the color scheme. Before, after. Publisher has two font sizes for each selection. A major font used for headings and titles, a minor font used for the body of the text. Publisher applies the fonts to the publication. You can also create a new font scheme or use font scheme options for formatting. Page background. Clicking Apply Image command inserts an image. Fill command expands the image to fill the entire page. Tile command repeats the image over the entire page. Background command. Select the style of the background. No background or no fill is a white background. Solid fill, select color and transparency. Gradient fill, select settings. Picture or texture fill, insert source. Pattern fill, select from pattern choices. Project Brochure. Change Publisher to the landscape mode. Draw a text box that covers the entire page. Landscape mode. Once the text box has been drawn, the text box tab is displayed. Click on Columns and select 3. Page should display the 3 columns. If not, go to the View tab and click Boundaries. For the tutorial, front side of the brochure is yellow, back side of the brochure is blue. Number the columns left to right on each side. Fold backside of column 1 inward onto the front side column 2 until column 2 is no longer visible. Folding backside of column 3 inward onto the backside of column 1. After folding, the brochure is now a trifold. Let's begin to decorate. We're going to decorate backside of column 3 since it is now our front page. Blue color is being removed for the tutorial. Insert a picture and text. The front page of the brochure is now complete. Open the brochure until all 3 columns of the front side are showing. Yellow background color has been removed for the tutorial. Fill in all 3 columns with text, images, or objects. Inside of this brochure is complete. The only thing left is to complete columns 1 and 2 of the back side of the brochure. Column 3 of the back side is complete because it became the front page when folded. Fill in the remaining 2 columns. The back of the brochure is now complete. Front of the trifold brochure closed. Back of the trifold brochure closed. Partially opened. Completely opened. Back of the brochure. This brochure does require a printer that can print both sides. If your printer does not have this feature, you can always copy the data to a flash drive and take it to a professional printer, or print one side and then turn the paper over and print the second side. Be sure the paper will feed properly so that the text is right side up on both sides. Fruitland Park Library. This concludes the introduction to Microsoft 365 Publisher Page Design tab, Part 5 of 8 parts. Thank you for joining us for Part 5. We hope you enjoyed the tutorial and will be joining us for the remaining parts 6 through 8 of Microsoft Publisher 365. If you have any questions or would like a transcript of this tutorial, please contact gloria.terry@mylakelibrary.org or call 352-360-6561.